Craig, how are the guys coming along this week ahead of the West game?
Oh yeah, we've had like a normal sort of week, and we've done our review up on the Gold Coast, and then the boys had a day off, and it's been a 6-day turnaround, so it's been a little bit lighter this week. So they had a good session this morning. So hopefully that'll show tomorrow night.
Has Munster shown you enough to play yet, or what's his situation?
Yeah, we just see how he pulls up after it. He got through that okay. I don't see any issues, but I'm sure the doc will still have a look at it and sort of see if there is any like dangers or I'm not quite sure, but like I say, he done everything he had to do today, so hopefully he'll be all right.
Sorry to cut you off, Craig. So how much do you need to protect him from himself? Because I'm sure he wants to
play. Yeah, no, he does, and that's a good thing. He wants to come out and help. We're not going so well at the moment, so he wants to help out. I'd like to say it'll be a medical decision. It's not our decision, It's our decision he's playing. If it's his decision he's playing, but we'll take that out of both our hands. And if the medical people are happy with it, he'll play. If they're not, we'll give him another week.
Munster aside, have you played with a less experienced team in your years? I mean, it seems like you're obviously lacking in the experience.
Yeah, no, it's no, probably not. I can't remember having a less experienced team. Having said that, like with all due respect, the last couple of games, we've had people missing, for sure. But at the end of the day, that's not an excuse for. From what I've seen is some poor efforts and a lack of care in what we're doing and how we're doing it. So hopefully we'll be a bit better in that area this week.
How do you address that with the players, Craig? When you say poor efforts or below what you'd expect, do they require a rev up or anything, or is it just a reframing of expectations?
A bit of both. Just to make the point that where we think we're at. It's no use sort of making a point of where we're at, but if we haven't got a plan to get out of that, or a couple of things that we need to do to get out of that, and that's what we've worked on this week, and hopefully we'll be a bit better at those areas tomorrow night.
With the amount of outs you've had and sort of that lack of experience, is that a unique coaching challenge for you?
There's always challenges, but everyone in life has got different challenges in whatever profession they're in. So, new guys coming in that are not that experienced, fast tracking like education for want of a better word. But and with all due respect, probably it's the senior players that that our leaders are doing that. It's all right for us. We can see what's going on, but we don't sort of feel, and you're not actually on the field. So our leaders have got a better handle on what we need to do and how we need to do it, and deciding in a couple of important moments in the game what we have to do in that moment or in that situation, whereas we probably haven't handled those occasions or situations too well. Last week at half time, we were 6 points up within 5 minutes of the second half. The opposition scored 2 tries, and both the tries come off our passes. So that's not realising what the situation is and what's important, in that situation.
Craig, I've known your own views. Do you have any thoughts on judiciary's been a big talking point this week? Do you feel like it's been consistent, or it's just as always?
Yeah, I don't really want to comment on that. He's taken them on his loss, so I can't change it.
Jonah obviously had a great debut last week, and to get another start this week, he's a pretty exciting prospect.
Yeah, he done a good job last week in his debut. There's a couple of things he needs to be probably a little bit better at, but like I say, we didn't expect him to come in there and win the game on his own. So, but like I say, he's a confident young kid, and he's got good skills. So hopefully he can do a good job tomorrow night for us.
As you mentioned that different kind of challenges, even some of his experiences yourself, do you handle this differently to say you would at the start of your coaching career? Like, what have you sort of learned throughout the journey that you implement differently in this situation that maybe you wouldn't previously?
Yeah, I don't think I've changed my mindset too much on how you play your footy. Obviously, it's changed and everything changes, in life. But and footy's a lot different to what it was 20 years ago. Footy's changed, but the people or their personalities have changed too. It's guys that played 20 years ago have a lot different mentality to the guys that are playing now. So
Well, that's what I mean. I mean, you could probably give them a good cook and then expect a response. But now, I mean, not that you're warm and cuddly, but how do you balance that with sort of the new generation, which is, I guess, something all coaches have to do?
Yeah, I suppose more than anything else, you'd probably give them a bit of a say now. Whereas 20 years ago, you probably didn't, just told them. Whereas these days, you let them have a bit of a say in what their opinion is. But the one thing I haven't changed, I'm not going to tell them they've had a good game if I think they haven't had a good game. I'm still honest with what I say, but as I said, they get a say as well, and we go from there.
West Tigers on Friday night, like, what have you made of them? Obviously, they'd be hurting with their results so far.
Yeah, their first game probably wasn't their best, but they've only been beaten by 4 and 2 the last couple of games, so they had a big comeback there, last week. So they've got some, with Coruscant and Brooks in the halves, and I'm not quite sure where Dewey would be playing, what position, but they're good players, and good experienced players, and they've got a lot of young, big bodies, to be quite honest, that run the ball really well. So I think they're definitely a team on the up, and I know it'll be a tough game for us tomorrow.
Fit Jordy Barrett into the lineup this week?
Yeah, it'd be nice to put him in there somewhere, but Geordie's come. I think the rules over there, all the All Blacks have to have 2 weeks off, from their club scene. So I think one of his weeks he's come over here. He spent a bit, he's obviously had a couple of days here with us, and I think he had a day or 2 over with Richmond as well. He's just, that's probably why he is what he is. He's trying to get better all the time. Seeing different things and whatever. So I think he'll have a week off next week, get back into it. But he's been great being here, and he's been on our meetings and that as well, and probably learned a couple of things off him too, on just how they might do a couple of little things different on the field, for our players in a similar position that he plays in. So he's been hanging, or he's been hanging off his hip for the last 3 days. So hopefully he's got something out of it.
You had a chance to have a proper chat with him?
I probably will now. Like I say, it's all been pretty hectic, but it eases off a bit now. So, but like I say, it's been great to have him here, and all the guys are a bit in awe of him, obviously, and it's been good.
You reached out to your good mates, Scott Robinson, appointment to the All Blacks?
Oh no! Again, I haven't spoken to him. Obviously, he's got the job, so that was great. But he'd be there'd be a lot of things happening for you at the moment, so I'll probably let it settle down before I get in contact.
And do you think this might be an ongoing relationship thing, or is it just that something Geordie did off his own bat?
Yeah, I think it was more, Geordie did off his own bat this time. But we've had a few of the coaches come over at different times, so and again, they're always welcome. They're always really welcoming to us, to a lot of our people over the years, players and coaches. So it's only, we're only too happy to return the favour, and I think, well, I know we do. We get some things out of it. Any little things that can help, you're always willing to give them a shot.